Shannon just texted me saying her computer's having issues.
Oh, shoot.
She just texted me. I know. Okay, well, we're just going to move forward. I'll encourage her to keep trying.
Okay.
And let me get out of here. And back to you guys.
And can we promote Sean?
So we're live streaming. Yeah, let me bring on
Sean.
Yeah, bring on Sean.
Sean. And Jonathan, you're not a
no,
yeah, you're not a
he's
for
not
this one. Okay. Remember.
We're just waiting for Kevin, Lee, and Shannon.
We're gonna start the meeting. We have enough.
Yeah, we have quorum, so we're good.
Yeah, we're gonna start. So we're gonna open the meeting at 6:02 p.m. Robin, I'm gonna make you a since we were the
6:02. Great.
Okay, and then Shannon hopefully will join in. Let me text her back real quick. Robin, take it off. Let me text Shannon real quick.
All right. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Shannon is having some computer issues, so we are helping Shannon tonight. Shannon Hartman is our new chair for public safety. And we're going to kind of help her walk through this tonight, and hopefully next month she'll be able to lead the meeting.
801 Coldwater Canyon.
Oh, let me mute Officer Delbar.
All right.
And then also, I want everyone to know we have a hard out at 6:45. Our planning and land use meeting is at 7 tonight. And Shannon's now trying to get through with her smartphone, it looks like. So we'll wait her. We'll move forward. Let's do.
Okay. So let's the minutes.
You want to call the meeting to order 6:03 or?
Yeah,
no, she did it at 6:02.
6:02.
Let me, Robin. Let me help Shannon here with the links and everything. I think she's needs help.
Excuse me.
It says connecting to Colby. Are you signing her on under you?
No, I'm trying to email her the link. She doesn't. I'm trying to help. Doesn't have a link. But go ahead, Robin. Just run the meeting.
Okay.
We're gonna
all right. So motion A to approve the GTLNC July 5th, 2022 Public Safety Committee minutes. Do I have a first?
Do we want to take roll? Sorry.
I am Sean. I did it as you were signing in. You're absolutely right. Shannon is here, but not directly in the meeting. She's having trouble, so we'll go back to her. Colby.
I'm here.
Robin, I'm here. Tess.
Here.
Kevin. I'm going to put excused. Lee. Now, there is a phone number. Do you think one of those is Lee? Lee, if you are listening in, will you please raise your hand?
452. Let me check. I might have his number here.
Okay, Ron.
Here.
Sean.
Here.
Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in attendance, waiting on Shannon. Let me go ahead and read the motion again. Motion A to approve the GTLNC July 5th, 2022 Public Safety Committee minutes. Do I have a first?
First, Tess.
Tess, thank you, Tess. Do I have a second?
Sean.
Sean, thank you, Sean. Any discussion on the minutes?
None from me.
Seeing none, hearing none, motion carries. Okay. We were dark in August. We had no public safety meetings. Let's go to public comment. Colby, can you handle that or no? Public comment?
Can you do it? I'm trying to get get her on.
Yep.
But if you want to help her, just,
All
I
right.
can do public comment if, okay, so please raise your hand. We have 2 minutes. We have a very short meeting tonight. Hi, Jonathan. We have a hard out at 6:45. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, I hope.
Oh, I see Shannon. Okay.
Oh, you see Shannon? Excellent. Just
Yes,
bring
go
her up. And I'm going to mark her as here.
all right. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Thank you. I hope everyone enjoyed their August. I'll be quick. No one got back to me. I had written the neighborhood council, Colby and Shannon, offering to be on this committee, and I never got an answer. So I just want to call to the attention that it's very important when people volunteer for anything it doesn't hurt my feelings if you, for whatever reason, don't want me as a committee member, but you can be comfortable to say, no, we have enough, or no, we don't like you. It's okay. So that's the first thing. And because I was unaware if I was a committee, I mean, in the other committee, I had equally offered, there was an instant response almost, and I'm appreciative for that. But because I don't know if I'm a committee member until this very instant, I offered 2 motions for this committee. I just want to say that I think this is my own opinion, this is my own feelings, my sentiment, that I think in the neighborhood council, if we're not doing one of the following 3 things, then I don't know if we're using the machinery correctly. And those 3 things is to attract investment to the community in whatever means, to increase the stakeholder, not just participation, but readership. And I don't think we have anywhere near enough stakeholders reading the newsletter, because I think it's important. And I think the last thing is our outward communication, which is what those 2 motions involved, having to do with the 4118 ordinance. If I'm mixing up the numbers already, it's because we were off in August. And the 56 ordinance, 5612, I can't remember the numbers already because we've been away. It falls out of my language. But in any case, it's not because it makes me feel good to pursue motions, but rather I see a genuine dissatisfaction and, more than that, an uneasiness in the stakeholders about what's going on in our city. And that's what those 2 motions involved, making an outward statement about what I actually believe. Almost everyone in Greater Toluca Lake is on the same page that the community needs to be both safer and cleaner. And that's what my whole predisposition is about. In any case, I'm always appreciative. So I'm understanding you don't want me to be on this committee. Thank you.
Jonathan, no, that's not it. But anyway, I not really supposed to, again, it's a different thing. But we'll talk.
Yeah, we're not supposed to.
Public comment, but it's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, I didn't. That's good. I mean,
It's
I'm
not.
it can, just so long as you know where I'm at there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I see, it's a public comment, Tess.
Okay.
I saw Pamela had her hand up, but I don't see it up now. Okay. Tess, you have something quick to add?
Yeah, I would very much like Jonathan to be on the Public Safety Committee. And I've been doing some CIS research. There's been some problems with the city's filing system. I just had my CIS training earlier this week, or last week rather. Our neighborhood council since 2015 has filed an average of 2 CISs per year. So I think we can do better than that. And it's nice that Greater Toluca Lake doesn't seem to have a lot that, disturbs it, but I agree that we need to do more outward communication. That's it for me.
So Tess, answering your comment, the thing is, what I've been talking to Erica about is it's a quorum of a quorum. To bring in 1 more member, we'd have 5, and we're not allowed to do that now. So somebody will have to step down from the board, from this committee. That's I've been working with Erica on this. So that's the holdup. So
I see.
I'm not going to about this right now because we don't have much time, but I'll get back to you and Jonathan and everyone else with an answer. That's what's the holdup.
Now, just one question, Colby. I understand that, and that is a legitimate reason. I understood that were Robin, you and Cole, either of you planning to withdraw from public safety, or simply to withdraw?
We have Shannon. We can't have more than 4, from what I understand from Erica.
Okay,
So we have Shannon, Tess, Kevin, Lee, and right now. So again, this isn't the
We're
time and
actually
space right now.
over. We're actually over now.
Over now. So this has been an issue I've been working on with Erica. And that's why I didn't respond to Jonathan, because I didn't have a response for Jonathan. It's between Erica and I in the city right now.
all
Okay.
right.
Sean, do you still have your hand up, Sean? I see Pamela's hand is up now.
Okay. Hi, Pamela.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Pamela. We have a 2-minute on public comment tonight. Thank you. Please
Okay,
go ahead.
fantastic. I moved here from Calabasas. My son graduated. Now we're in Toluca Lake. What is going on with the lights? Notice they were on and now they're all off. Publicly, I'm wondering about safety. All along Riverside Drive, all the way from Cahuenga, all the way probably more to Patty's Restaurant
And
on
do you
Riverside.
do you mean the street lights, the really high street lights?
Yes. Yes, and
Right,
then
you
the
mean
white,
right at Patty's?
the white trees, you know where it says "Welcome to Toluca Lake," the banner with the American
Okay, so
flag.
that's the median, and that's cared for by the chamber. And Shannon, who's our chair, can speak on that. But are you?
Maybe you're saying that all the lights from that median all the way to Patty's are not functioning?
Yes, just
Yeah.
curious. I've noticed they were functioning when we moved here, and now they're not. And I'm talking about the median lights, the median lights. Which, thank you, I stand corrected.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, the median lights are a chamber owned project, and Shannon can speak on that. So we'll let Shannon.
I wasn't aware of that, so I will look into that. The lights in the trees they were for the holidays, and so they probably might not be up anymore. They're still in there, which we need to replace as the holidays come along again. But the other lights, I am not aware, so I will look into that tonight, actually, after that meeting.
Thank you, dear. I live right out. My bedroom window overlooks that sign.
Oh, that's
Flag in the I live on Riverside at 10311. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pamela. Any other members of the public who wish to speak? If not, we're going to move on with the meeting. I don't see any hands up. So we're going to move on
Officer
to,
Delbar.
yes, our guest of honor.
Hey, you
Officer
guys.
Delbar.
Hey, everyone. Nice having a meeting again. So I'm gonna jump right into it because I know you guys are pressed for time.
Yep.
Some of the crime stats I'll read off real quick. We're seeing about a negative 15%, so 50% decrease in our rapes year to date. Robberies are no change. Aggravated assaults are 3% up. Burglaries are 15% up. Grand theft autos are 19% up, and burglars from motor vehicles are actually 20% down.
Yay.
We're seeing a 6% increase in our thefts. So that being said, one of the things I've been seeing over the emails is one of our people that was on Valley Circle is back. Not necessarily Valley Circle, but definitely around Toluca Lake.
Do you mean Valley Spring Lane?
Valley Spring Lane. Sorry, not Valley Circle. I meant Valley Spring Lane.
Yes.
Yeah, Valley Circle is on the other side of the valley.
Yes, and I saw her walking on Moore Park right when it turns into apartments, when it stops being houses and it becomes apartments.
Yep.
So she was heading towards Cahuenga on Moore Park.
She's
But-
been on my street. She's actually, my neighbors found her luggage in their backyard, I was told.
Oh my gosh.
And this is the house that she repeatedly visits. And in fact, she's been arrested from the house.
Is that the okay?
and
I know which one you're talking about.
You know which one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
I know
it's-
exactly
and
what you're
she's
talking
even been in my house. She's been in my backyard and in my guest house. 2
Yeah, we
years ago.
talked about that too.
Yep.
So we are trying to offer resources. The only problem is no one knows where she's staying. And so we can't even send a team out to help her because she moves around all the time and no one knows where she stays or where she lives or where she sleeps. I don't know if you guys know any of that info. Maybe you can tell me offline.
You know, Curtis, because of the active neighborhood watch, we are all aware of who's on our street. And, it would be so helpful if there was a way, if we could spot someone who's in need, like somebody who's under the Cahuenga Bridge the other day, underpass. If we send a picture to somebody and say, this person looks like they could use some help, but by the time whoever gets this message, it's too late and these people have picked up and moved. So, how is there a quicker way to get a response? I mean, by the time I send it to you or Tiffany, the person has picked up and moved. Is there a way to send these pictures to LA Hops or, somebody that might be able to be on top of it quicker?
So if you send it to LA Hop, there's still going to be a couple days turnaround
Okay.
from their response. And unfortunately, that's all that the city has to offer as far as resources to help. It's tough to get someone out there immediately. We've asked the same question as well. And that immediate response doesn't exist as of right now.
Okay. All right.
The other thing that was brought to my attention is that there's been some concerns about being on hold with the 911 dispatch. And so I was reading the emails and that was a concern. There's a medical emergency. What if I'm on hold for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Unfortunately, I don't have any control over the dispatch center and the responses or how they field them or how many calls are coming in. So it's not something I can look into it and see what's going on. But the answer I've gotten in the past is that there's too many people calling at one time and they just try their best to do it as quickly as they can. As far as that is the only emergency line that we have available, the city has available for that immediate response. There's nothing else. So if it's a medical, usually they're transferred to the fire department and they're trying to go as quickly as they possibly can, but that's as quick as it is. That's the only thing that we have to offer. So the phone numbers or means to get that immediate response. Unfortunately.
Okay, and just for this committee's FYI, we did meet with Officer Delbar in regards to how we as a community can protect ourselves since, they're addressing much more pressing calls. And sometimes when it is somebody that's sitting on our lawn smoking or drinking or whatever, how we can help ourselves. And the neighborhood watch is the first line of defense. We are all out looking out for each other. So make sure you know who's on your street, make sure you get names and addresses, email addresses, and get people engaged in the neighborhood watch. And then secondly is private security, which a few of the streets on my neighborhood watch have shown great interest in getting private security for their street, to get a designated car that might be within our area at all times. So we're looking into that. We're talking to 2 or 3 companies that are going to come and talk to us about what that might entail. So first line of defense is us, second line is private security, and third is LAPD. So I'm just letting you know.
On that first line of defense being us, Officer Delbar, my understanding is that the sheriff will no longer handle CCW requests for people who do not live in an unincorporated area. So what happens to people who live in the city of LA? Do you know anything about that?
So I heard this today. I haven't verified it yet. I heard the same thing. And again, I haven't verified it, so I'm not sure as far as CCW. I know LAPD doesn't handle the CCWs.
Can you
so I don't
explain
have a great
CCW? Sorry, that isn't short for what?
Oh, sorry. What I mean to say is concealed carry permit.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't have an answer for you right now, to be honest. I can look into it and see if I can find something out, but I don't have an answer. I just found this out today as well.
If it's true and the cities won't do it, then all of us, and I think it's most of the people who live in LA County, will be, here we go. I'm going to be crude, SOL.
Well, there are other means to try and help protect yourselves, like hardening your targets and hardening your homes. That's not the only means. There are other means of self-defense as well that you can employ other than using that. It's up to you though.
Okay, here's an anecdote. This happened to a friend of mine who is 90 years old. It's Charles. I think you know Charles, Shannon. He's 90 years old. He withdrew a bunch of cash to pay rent out of the bank. Apparently, two guys followed him from the bank to his shop that he has, where he has equipment and whatnot, up on North Valley in Los Angeles. When he got out of his van, a 90-year-old man, these two guys came up to him, grabbed him by the neck, grabbed him by the arm, gave him bruises and whatnot, took his $4,000 cash, and took his phone. Now, in a situation like that, I guess you can say you could be more aware, but I've had personal people get in my face. I had a guy get in my face twice at the Coffee Bean. Now, I went in and asked the manager to call the cops, and the guy ran away, but he came back and he threatened me saying, "What would you do if I were to come to you and behind you with a taser and just hit you in the back of the neck with a taser?" So this is happening, and it's first line of defense is we need to defend ourselves. So I would really like to know what the status of that is. Okay, thank you.
So anyway, I was confused, but Ron, you're saying, or Officer Darbar, you're saying that the city, you have to live in an unincorporated part of Los Angeles to apply through the LA County Sheriff's Department. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I had to verify that. What I heard today was that because you didn't live in that vicinity, that they can't help you with the concealed carry, which I haven't verified that at all. So I'd have to look into it and do my own research as well to verify that response.
Okay.
But that's just what I heard today.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Officer Delbar? Jonathan?
I see Jonathan has his hand raised. Hi, Jonathan.
Thank you, Officer Delbar. I just have a quick question. We have about 20 minutes left in the meeting, so I'll be right to the point on the question. Is when the street people there, the unsheltered, were blocking the line of vision as it rounds the Riverside Drive toward the 3 overpasses, residents were texting me that it was creating a hazard. My question is, and you don't have to answer it in this meeting, but in the future, I'd like to know if and why if the police can do something to remove a hazard, a perceived hazard by motorists, if it's being created by the unsheltered people on the sidewalk. They took a picture and it was clear to me, and I think I sent it to you, that the line of vision was obstructed because they're not just people standing there, they're putting up all of this stuff to block the vision. So if there's no time in this meeting, but if we could talk or if we could discuss that and get to it at another meeting, I would love that, because this is a policy issue and it's not about you or me. Thank you.
No problem, Jonathan. We absolutely will talk about that offline. Please email me too.
Thanks.
Okay, I don't see any other hands raised. So we'll.
Tiffany does not seem to be
I
here.
don't see her. I'm looking for Tiffany. I don't see her. She would have had her hands raised. Okay, I don't see Tiffany here. Well, thank you, Officer Delbar. I'd love for you to stay on, but I know you're very, very, very busy.
Oh,
And thank you
a
for all the work
hand
you
just
do.
got raised.
Okay, call in one user. Let me see if I can do this. Hello? Let's see. I think they are on a phone call, on a phone. Hello? I just heard them a second ago. Robin, how do they unmute? Star something? Don't they? Isn't there a?
Star here, says it *9.
If you're calling in on a phone to ask a question, push *9 on your keypad, and you'll be able to speak.
Hand. Hold on. Yeah.
Okay, the hand's down. Okay, we'll move on.
All right. The only thing I wanted to talk about on Neighborhood Watch is the abundance of coyotes that we have seen lately. There have been so many coyotes, and I've had numerous people reach out to me that they were walking their dog and they turn around and there's a coyote sniffing their dog's rear end. So they're very brazen. They're coming right up to people. So when you go for a walk with your dog, please take a stick or a spray or something and protect yourselves, because these coyotes, although they look very sweet, I watched one go under a fence. I don't know how that coyote got under a fence, but it squeezed its body flat and went underneath the fence. So they're not even jumping fences now. They're just climbing underneath them. So be careful, even in your own backyard. And that's really all I have to say about Neighborhood Watch.
Thanks, Robin. And we'll go on to.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I was muted.
Yeah, Ron.
I have something to say. As usual. As I said, there was an incident last Wednesday. A person in on Moore Park and Foreman had a bobcat in their backyard, 7:30 in the morning. So not only coyotes, but we're getting bobcats because I guess of the drought, and we're getting really desperate. So you really got to watch out. Coyotes are one thing, bobcats are yet another.
Yes, true. Yeah, the wildlife is definitely moving into the city. Okay, Steve is not here. Let's go on to Caltrans cleanup discussion, poll B.
Yes, actually, I'll go to Tess.
Okay, thank
this
you. I'll make it quick. Do we still have Pamela Manganero on the call? Pamela, I
Yes.
see.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
If you drop me a line, tess.taylor@gtlnc.org, I may be able to help you with the lights. If I understand the exact location, it may be a Chamber of Commerce item. I wasn't aware that there was that designation, but if it isn't, I know how to get it addressed. If you want to drop me a line.
Yes,
So-
dear. Ms. Taylor, did you say test.taylor at?
GTLNC.org. It's also on the GTLNC website.
GTLNC.org.
Right. All right. And I'll connect with you offline on that.
Great.
Then regarding other items, Robin, I'm not sure if you will continue to do the agendas or not, if we're going to be getting a new secretary, but would you be so kind and put West Toluca Lake or WTL status instead of ongoing issues, which makes it sound like orphan children.
Well, I get it. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
West Toluca Lake update. So my field reports that I send in to all the city and state agencies responsible have been working well. We're getting more response. The last field report had probably 50, 60 service requests, which I gather from the neighbors and summarize and put into a cohesive and sort of, I guess, palatable form, easier to look at. It goes to Curtis Delbar, Tiffany and CD2, Kevin Duffner, and a few others. So we've been getting a pretty good response on that. And I just learned today that the YMCA is offering showers for unhoused persons from 12 to 3 p.m. on weekdays. All people need is an ID. So you can send your person using front lawn hoses, Robin, to a local YMCA.
I love it. So
Okay.
not only the YMCA, but the St. Charles Church is a great place as well. They give free haircuts. So
Yeah, but that's not that's on.
No, that's only on Thursdays. So
Yeah.
what day is the YMCA doing this?
Monday through Friday, 12 noon to 3 p.m.
I love it. Thank you, Tess. That's great.
Can I add something? Tess?
Yes.
Real quickly, the chamber pays the electric bill on the median. So we work with the John Ariano, who is the, in charge of the medians. So if you were just wondering like what, it's still owned by the city, but we pay for the electric bill. So if we have a problem, we just go to the city. So just so you know, kind of, it's not like completely our responsibility, but we work with them.
Should that go through the Bureau of Street Lighting? Should it be filed through 311, or should people go straight to you, Shannon?
They can go straight to me. And then what I do is I contact John Ariano, and then he'll get on that. And he's from the city.
Okay, so those are, I guess that answers that question, Pamela. But if there are lights that are not within that jurisdiction, let me know and I can help you or show you how to get them handled, because we've had light outages on Vineland Avenue and Riverside Drive that we've finally gotten fixed a big problem is the copper wire theft.
That's right.
Colby, I think you had a big problem with that.
And
They fixed it. They finally fixed it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yay.
the structure is
5 weeks. 5 weeks.
Yeah, so let's see, very quickly, we had a very successful neighborhood cleanup this past Saturday. We're making progress with the house on 118 Licks Street. And I guess that's it for me for now, although I would very much support both the motions that Jonathan put forward. And if he's not able to put them forward as a non-committee member, then I can do that for our next meeting. So that's it for me.
On a side note, Tess, that lights are out on Riverside Drive. I believe what that one stakeholder was talking about, because I just was on Riverside last night, and it seems like from Cahuenga all the way to almost where Wells Fargo is, it's dark on both sides of the street. And then on the north side of the street, down Riverside almost to Patty's, is where the lights are. And these are the street lights, not the median lights.
Okay, so my suggestion, because it's worked for me, when you see a light outage and it's a city light, take a picture, do the My LA 311 app, give them the location, and the city moves at record speed. I have seen such incredible work by the city when you use that app, because it goes directly to them and it goes in the queue and they take care of branches. We've had so many tree branches fall recently because of the heat. So use that My LA 311 app. It is incredible for graffiti, go on it. There's so many things you can report, and light outages is a big one. So
Sean, we got the Riverside lights from Camarillo.
Cahuenga.
Yeah.
Yes.
From Camarillo to Hunga, Riverside, the three-way intersection to Vineland. I'm not sure about the status between Vineland and Lancashire. That's a little bit of a no man's land. We're going to take that on next. So, but thank you.
You're welcome. And the lights, actually, I was working on that. The lights that were from Lancashire to Cahuenga were out for what it seemed like months, and that's actually been rectified. Now it seems like it is slowly moving its way east on Riverside, because it seems like it was outdone by you, then it was out by me. Now it seems like it's moving out towards, I don't know why, but it's out east of Cahuenga.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
What's the status of Sarah and Vineland, the underpass? Those got done, right? Those lights?
They got cleaned on Friday and resoiled on Saturday. So it would be great if we could get more people to assist folks with housing. So they did clear out the underpasses on Riverside and on Vineland, but people just came right back because there was rain, I think late Friday or early Saturday.
But the light and the underpass, remember that?
The light,
days, that got done, right?
The light in the underpass on Vineland, I believe, have been fixed. Yes.
Okay. After 3 months. Yeah. Okay. Or longer. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like 311 usually works for graffiti, and hope it works for this. It's a big one though.
Yeah. If there's more than one light, it takes longer, but you can, use the 311.
It might get, if it's all those lights, it might just be a larger, might be a circuit or something like that, behind the scenes.
And I think copper wire theft continues to be a big problem there. They're starting to use aluminum wire or something.
Yes. Which I guess doesn't conduct well, but it's much less expensive and less, people have less of an appetite to steal that. And how's it? I did call LA 311 on the graffiti on that building at Mariota and Riverside.
But it was a private building, which is why.
But they can't. Yeah, it still is there. I was surprised it was there so long.
Yeah, that's up to the business owner, and the business owner maybe needs a little nudge, because they are taking their sweet time.
Robin, it's worth noting that the graffiti 311 people will often help a private business too.
I reached out.
They've helped us in my neighborhood, so
lucky. But I did a citation, and I reached out to CD2 and Tiffany And my citation was canceled, and Tiffany said there's nothing they can do, that the private owner has to take care of it.
Huh. I thought it was illegal. It was a zoning violation to have graffiti on your property.
Well,
As
you would
far as
think so, yeah.
I think it is actually. Okay, that's another. I'll
So
look into that.
maybe Chamber can look into that,
Yes.
please.
Oh, yes,
Chamber.
definitely. And then I want to touch base on, if we can go, this is actually kind of old new, it's a homelessness services guide that we tried to get running last year. I just want to remind us, remind this committee that looks like an important asset to acquire. Or to
I already
create.
did that, Colby. Didn't I send that to you?
But it's not been I mean, has it been published and distributed?
No, well, it's been published in our neighborhood. It's going strong. So,
Okay, good.
We can put it out to the general board and ask for suggestions. It doesn't have to be.
It's like the Louise Oliart one, right?
No, I did another one. I'll find the email and resend it to you.
No, I think I got the email, but I'm saying like that. I was hoping to actually, get it published. We'll talk about this another time, but I'm handing this off to Shannon. You guys can talk about this. To actually get it published, they can look at us.
Yeah, I mean, just in brief, I created a whole list of resources, of homeless related resources for our area. And it's all in a Word document. And if we've been using it, and if desired, it can be made into a GTLNC document or not. That's up to the board. It's in use now and it's helping a lot.
Very good. Thanks, Tess. Shannon or Robin, anything else?
I have a question for Tess. So I was driving down Riverside going into West Toluca Lake, and the encampments have grown. I was out of town for a week, and just in 1 week, they've grown, probably doubled. And how do you, what methods do you do? Because I know it's right in the midst of, where you're at. How do you combat that? Because I know,
we're trying and we're not getting much help. So Caltrans is really good. And I'd like to touch on that before the meeting ends, the Caltrans cleanup. Caltrans property gets cleaned pretty quickly, thanks to Steve Ferguson and Assemblymember Nazarian. But the people who are the long-term folks now know that the city takes much longer to respond. So they migrate to city property. So we got the underpasses cleaned on Friday, but they were repopulated again on Saturday. And unless we get a 4118 special enforcement zone there, which I understand the mayor is resisting, I'm not real clear on what's going on there, then it's gonna perpetuate, because we can't get relief. So I learned today that one homeless guy has been housed in a tiny home, which is good news. And I'm doing everything I can to help some of these individuals get ID, get to where they need, get re-entry programs for ex-cons and gang members. And if you got any ideas, I'd like to hear them, because it's not working. I think it's the geography of our community and all of those underpasses in the no man's land along Riverside Drive that make it so attractive.
I see Jonathan has his hand raised.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. We have about 5 minutes on the meeting because I'm trying to stay within that. Robin, I want to tell you that I had to discipline myself when there was that problem on a certain street from referring to the street name so that it didn't develop kind of a connotation of problematic English. So I think that's the same case as we're talking about an area of town, and it's really not because of the area it has so many problems. It's because of the freeway convergence. That's what's creating the problem, not because of the desired zip code or in the name of the community. But I think it behooves all of us to refrain from making a certain part of town, using the wrong words to describe our areas of Greater Toluca Lake. I've deferred always now to use the word Greater Toluca Lake when I correspond, except in an unusual circumstance. The other thing I wanted to be sure is that just what I think Colby brought it up, is just what has been going on over there in the month of August. It has been exponentially awful. I've seen pictures of what's been going on. I've seen the fires. I've seen the residents' remarks. It's really awful. without any further ado about that, just so we have full comprehension that it's out of control. The last thing is about that outward communication. My two motions, one was about the 4118, and it is all about policy. If we don't at least send out our clear communication that the stakeholders are being underserved by lack of enforcement or by not conforming with the present ordinances. The other thing is about Tess referred to it, but we're all in the habit of deferring. There are lots of these people out there that are assistance refusing. Okay, they're just resistant to assistance. So everything isn't about housing and offers and so forth. There are people who are just have a determination to ruin our public areas, or they're victims by failed policy, or they're opportunists. And we have to look at the full picture, that it isn't just about a sadness of charity, but it's also a criminal element out there that stakeholders are fully aware of because they're threatened by it. In any case, with that said, I'm very appreciative. We're talking about these things and we're trying to do something about it. Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Can I say
Did you see a
something
hand?
on that?
Sorry, we have a hand raised, Ron, hold on. I just see Colin, it says Colin user 2.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, good. We do hear you. Yes.
Can you state your name, please?
My name is Ruth. I'm an unhoused person. I've been listening to this meeting and I hear a lot of false information and a lot of really hateful stuff. It's kind of hard to hear some of it. I used to live under Whitchett and Riverside for many years. I've been homeless on and off since I was like 13. You say something about service resistance. Like, I have never been offered any housing. Do you have a list of like empty units with landlords that are willing to accept a voucher? Because if you do not, then there's nowhere for people to go. The tiny houses have been lighting on fire in like 3 different cities. They have spontaneously combusted while unoccupied. The VA just went up in flames. I think 20 of them are damaged. 12 of them are completely melted into puddles. Those tiny houses aren't bad as structures. They're better than a tent. But the thing is that they're really close together in like a fenced in area. It's like a jail with like an armed guard, and it's not safe. Like, if you gave somebody who had a tent anywhere in public that structure, it would be better than the tent. But when you put them all together in like this little cage, it's not good. They became outbreaks for COVID. They were not better than the congregate shelters. I tried to get in the tiny houses before the cyclone last October, and they were under quarantine, so there was nothing. There was nowhere for people to go. I tried to get Project Room Key. I asked the developer, I asked the service provider, I asked the hotel. I could not get in. So when you say that there's like service resistance, you guys are believing this rhetoric or the story that we're getting offers that we're refusing, and we are not getting these offers. And these offers are withheld. They're prioritized so that people who really need them, like people who are really sick and who are really vulnerable, but who are quiet and not very messy, like they don't get offered anything. But then like these neighbors will obsess on a group because of a certain location. They'll just like fixate on it, and those people will get the offers, even if they're healthy.
Ruth,
you can email me if you'd like to.
Ruth, first of all, we would love to say thank you so much for attending our meeting. This is really, really powerful information to a group and a community that wants so desperately to help anyone that wants help. So we are here to help you in any way we can, and we would love to help you. And this information that you're giving us is the first we've heard. So please, if you could attend more of our meetings, if we could reach out to you in some way so that you can.
Maybe Tess has your guide for Ruth. Tess, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Ruth, I think I may have heard you speak at Studio City Neighborhood Council meetings, but if you drop me a line, my neighborhood council email address is on the gtlnc.org site. I will send you a list of resources and I will personally make inquiries for you. Okay?
Thank
Yes,
you. My
we
email
want to
address
help
is,
you.
if you guys want to send me an email, it's roofless, like no roof, ROOFLESS, roof, RUTH @gmail.com.
Ruth,
Right, thank you.
ROOFLESS.
Yes, roofless roof.
Ruth
ROFFLESSRUTH. Yes.
at
That's right.
It's Gmail.
Gmail.com.
wonderful.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Have a
Hi,
good
Ron.
night.
Ron, thank you. We're running over.
Oh,
Ron, do you have a quick add-on? We're 2 minutes over.
not important.
Okay, great.
All right.
With that-
So with that, we are going to be meeting October 3rd at 7 p.m., our regular scheduled time. Shannon Hartman will lead the meeting on that date. And thank you all for a quick but very powerful meeting tonight. And Colby, it is 6:47. We're going to close the meeting. Thank you all.
And we're starting Plum, so we're jumping right back on